And today's mountain bike competition is brought to you by GT Bicycles, not your typical mountain bike. And by Jeep and Eagle, a division of the Chrysler Corporation. Hello again, everybody. I'm Peter Graves. It's the beginning of a new mountain bike season. And today we're going to turn our attention here on ESPN2 to the GT Downhill. Working with us today is Hans No Way Ray. And this guy does things that nobody ought to do on a bicycle. A lot of people say you're crazy, Hans.
Not quite. It's just a lot of experience, practice, and years of doing it.
All right, Hans, let's turn our attention to the GT Downhill coming up. Talk about the course, first of all.
Oh, this is definitely a peddler course. The endurance guys have a big advantage here. Guys like John Tomac or so is highly favored. And the course is about 10 minutes long, which is really long for a downhill. Has a lot of pedaling, has a few uphill sections. And like in the last quarter of the course, there's a long, flat section which takes a lot of energy, even out of the strongest guys.
Okay, we've talked about the men. How about the women's field?
Well, this weekend is also a big World Cup race in France, and unfortunately a lot of the fast girls and guys are over there. So Missy is missing, and so is Kim Fournier, but Elke Broussard or Mana Streb could be very fast. Also Mercedes Gonzalez, the new girl on the block, she was 9-time national motocross champion, and she will definitely be out for some surprises.
All right, and the local rider, Mickey Douglas, as well. It should be a great competition. Let's go to the start. We'll be right back with the start of the downhill qualifiers, so stick around.
Attention, trail seekers. Please keep your arms and legs aside while riding Green Thunder.
They say man cannot live on bread alone. That's why Discover Card offers the Cashback Bonus Award. The more you use your card, the more you'll get back. And with no annual fee, you're sure to get your fill. It pays to Discover.
Yeah, I took the High Endurance Challenge from Old Spice because I didn't really think it could work better than my old deodorant. But it does. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT, and they'll buy you a stick of yours. Now you got proof. Guaranteed. Over here, Amy. What is it?
Amy wants touch, stroke.
I don't understand it. Sign it again.
Pat.
Oh, sure, Peter. Pat Amy? No. What?
Hey, you know, I think she wants to touch head. Touch head. Pat eye. Amy wants pat C. Oh, pat C.
Yeah, there we go.
What's pat C? I don't understand.
She's getting tired.
Pat C. Hey, they don't always understand me either.
Attention, trail seekers. Please keep your arms and legs aside while riding Green Thunder.
Welcome back, everybody. Peter Graves and Hans Ray back at Mount Spokane in Washington as the women begin their qualifying runs for the GT Downhill. And this is an unusual course, Hans, in that part of it actually goes uphill.
This is Mercedes Gonzalez. She's my new teammate this year, and she has a lot of experience in motocross racing. As you can see, this course requires a lot of pedaling, and it's not just taking guts, but it takes also a lot of strength and fitness, and definitely stronger riders will have an advantage today.
Can't be able to take corners well and win this.
In the cross country,
you're going to have to be very fit, and you're going to have to mentally
class
push
is the
yourself.
only class where you can get a one-day life.
It's going to be like running a 100-yard dash 100 times without stopping.
Now,
I'm going to come all the way to the finish.
came out this morning to say hi. And,
I wish.
Oh, yeah, it's just you so fast.
I guess I'm looking forward to it because that's generally my strong point is the pedaling courses.
Elke Brutzer, the Schwinn rider, is one of the new competitors in women's downhill racing. She's looking very strong, and I think she will be one of the favorites today.
And looking great coming down here. And to the bottom of the course, Marla Strap coming down. A big crowd on hand today, a lovely day.
And yes, indeed, she takes the lead by over 15 seconds over second place Elke Brutzer in this semi-final run.
It's a long race. It's a long time to pedal. I was just pretending I was getting chased by my dentist like the whole time.
Elke is second, and Mickey Douglas, the local favorite, third. But this is only the qualifying.
You gotta be prepared for all the courses, and it might not be a true downhill, but hey, you gotta deal with it.
And now on to the men's competition, and it's Brian Lopes out of Mission Viejo, California, on course.
Oh, it's all right. You know, I can understand why some of those guys are a little upset with the course. It's got a lot of pedaling in it. It's be hard aerobically, physically demanding in that way.
Johnny T knows what it takes. He's not only the current national downhill champion, but also former cross-country world champion, and I think his fitness will help him today on this course. Let's see what Jimmy Deacon has to say.
I think some of those guys are going to blow up about halfway down.
It's like taking a test in school. I know I didn't study very well. I had that time to study, so kind of take what comes. You're going to make it.
Dave doesn't need a lot of studying because he's a former downhill world champion, and this is his big comeback this weekend. He just came back from heart surgery, and he's definitely one of the smoothest riders on the course. Body language, that's the big thing in downhill racing. You have to be smooth. You have to go with the course. You have to feel every bump with your body. Not only use your suspension and your bike for your advantage, but also use your body, and that's a big thing besides fitness on this course. But on this course, you also want to save some energy for the long, flat section before the finish line. You want to be able to sprint out of the turn and make it with a fast time down to the bottom. Because this course was actually not designed this way originally, but they have still too much snow at Mount Spokane, and they had to use a lower altitude course, which requires a lot of pedaling. And as we can see right here before the finish line, it takes a lot of hammering, and a lot of guys are not used to this kind of sprinting. And here's Michael Ronings, GT's Australian wonder boy. He's been the big surprise so far this year, and let's see how he will do. He sticks out his foot and he immediately sprints out of the turn. You can see he's definitely on it, and he will be one of the faster guys today. And he sets the fastest qualifying time, followed by Paul Thomasberg, second quickest, and John Tomac in third.
Mike Running of Australia has just come down with an unbelievable time, Mike. I mean, nobody thought they could beat Paul Thomasberg coming down, and you knocked a whole bunch of seconds off that.
Yeah, I think my fitness definitely helps on this course. There's a lot of flat and uphill in it, so I think, yeah, the fitness plays a part, and, yeah, I'm really happy with that time.
All right, semifinals put you at the top of the scoreboard. Now you're ready for the final run. Got to be feeling very confident. What are you going to do?
Just go a lot faster than I did that time, and hopefully knock some more seconds off the time, and hopefully I can get up there.
You can go even faster?
Oh, definitely.
All right, good job. We'll be right back with the women's finals. Stay with us.
This is me 5 years ago when I joined Pound Pinchers. And this is me now.
For permanent fat loss, diets don't work. You need to build muscle.
Before, after.
And the best way to do that is with the SoloFlex rocket. No matter what shape you're in, you can rock your way to a slimmer figure and more muscle. So get on the rocket today and get on the road to permanent fat loss. The SoloFlex rocket. Call now for a free brochure and video.
To get a complete aerobic and muscle-building workout, you could run and lift weights and cycle and climb stairs and lift weights and cycle and lift weights and climb stairs and cycle. Or you could just lay back and relax. Introducing the SoloFlex Rocket, a total fitness machine that gives you an aerobic workout and builds muscle at the same time. And you can own it for less than you'd imagine. Call now for a free video and brochure.
kinds of mountain bike action here at Mount Spokane, and my partner Hans Ray enjoying putting on a little exhibition for the crowd. What is probably the most outrageous thing you've ever done on a mountain bike?
There's a few now by now, but I'm actually going pretty soon to New Zealand. We're going to do a bungee stunt where they're going to shoot me up with the bungee cord out of the water. And this is kind of sketchy. And the scariest thing so far was probably riding on the volcano, on the hot lava in Hawaii one time.
Amazing stuff. That's why they call him Hans No Way, Ray.
The Observe Trials competition is definitely a spectator event at the NORBA National Point Series this year. The object in trials is not to put your feet on the ground, and every time you do that, you get points scored against you. The riders with the lowest score wins at the end. And balance, body and bike control, concentration are the key elements in trials riding. A lot of times you hop your bike through a section and you need to know a lot of different techniques. Like this one. The women's finalists are ready to go, and here's Lee Donovan on the start. It's serious now. She was 11th in the first run, and now we want to see what she can do in this second run. She's also a strong pedaler. She hangs out a lot with the guys and gets a lot of the inside tricks and lines from the guys. She also has a lot of BMX skills. She's a BMX racer and definitely knows how to handle the bike.
And now to the bottom of the course, Lee Donovan, the Mongoose rider, coming down. A very nice run for her. And it is the fastest time so far. And that puts Lee Donovan at the top of our leaderboard.
Next up, Penny Davidson. She's one of the all-round talented riders, a really great mountain bike personality in our sport. After switching from cross-country and dedicating herself solely to downhill and dual slalom, Penny Davidson reigned supreme in the National Series in 1993. She should be a very strong contender on this course, and let's see if she can beat Lee's time.
Hey, France. Always nice to see Penny Davidson doing well, and it looks like another good run for her. Nice flat back aerodynamic as she comes to the finish line. And there it is. It's the second fastest time so far here at Mount Spokane. Now, Mickey Douglas up next, one of the local riders out of Bellevue, Washington, riding for Team Specialized. Longtime motorcycle champion. Everybody's talking about Mickey Douglas as somebody to watch in this sport. Very good bike handling skills.
In downhill racing, you can't do any mistakes or you won't end up in the points. The old days are over where you can crash a couple times and still finish in the top 5. These days, you have to be on it the whole time. There's no time for rest, especially on these courses here. You have to pedal full speed. And here she comes to the finish. Let's see how she will do today. And it's going to be fourth place so far, 11:24. That's not enough for the top 3 at this point for Mickey Douglas.
Let's go back to the top now. Elke Broussard at the gate out of Durango, Colorado, originally from Maine.
She's a brand new rider on the scene, and last year as a rookie, she even won a World Cup downhill race in Mountain and Canada. And she's looking really smooth and good today. She told me earlier that she's doing a lot of road racing recently, and that definitely will help her on this course. She's sprinting now to the finish line.
It looks great. And it's going to be unbelievable, 10:57. That's the fastest time by some 18 seconds. And Elke Broussard is our new leader with only one rider left at the top, Marla Streb, who had the fastest time in qualifying. But she doesn't know that Elke has bettered her time, and she's on course.
Mindset, you got to spend the whole night before the race visualizing, you know, if you want to. Good karma is very important. If you have good karma, you don't crash as much, so I've been working on that. It's good inspiration.
Oh yeah, she's definitely an inspired rider. She has a good attitude and she likes to take chances. Let's see if this will work for her advantage or disadvantage today.
The nice riding of Marla Streb coming down out of San Diego. And here she comes now, giving it all she's got. A great, great effort for her. Will it be enough? That's the question across the line. No, it will not be. It will be 11.00.72.
She tricked me. She outsmarted me. I thought I was so ahead that I was just having fun, kind of, like waving to the crowd on the way down. And maybe if I had known that she was sort of kicking back the first round, I would have taken more chances.
And there you have it, my friends. Helka Britzert, the winner. Marla Strip, second. Lead Donovan in third.
I tend to do best when I just try to have fun and stuff and play around and joke around a lot and not think about things.
Hey, there's a lot more to come, so stick around. We've got the men's finals next.
Attention, thrill seekers. Please keep your arms to the bike side while riding Great Thunder.
Thomas Bond? Yeah, I just want to be sure that you understand your Dutch tulips are right on the luge course. Luge course? Yeah, people are racing downhill. Aluminum boards, little wheels. Getting up to 70 miles an hour, pulling upwards of 6 Gs. Is that a lot? Oh, yeah. That ought to hold her.
Extreme Games, sponsored in part by Chevy Trucks.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light.
These are the men and women who make Chevy Trucks.
What I felt was right, like a rock.
Considering the quality of our people, it's no wonder they build the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Here in Mount Spokane, the talk among downhillers isn't speed suits and big sprockets. It's physical fitness and training.
Out here to have some fun. Another day at work.
People are taking it way more seriously now. It used to be just whoever was most aggro could make it down first. Now people are working on power and going to the gym.
I think we've always been physically fit. We've just been physically fit for a different amount of time. I've always made my training so I'm strong for 6 minutes or under. I don't need to be strong for a couple hours. A couple years ago, it wasn't that big of a deal, but now you really have a lot of fitness. And I spent a lot of time just on my bike and just riding my brains out. So hopefully it'll pay off.
Yeah, well, every year the level goes up, and if the good technical riders don't increase their strength and their fitness, then, they'll find themselves behind the leaders. And I think that's perhaps one of the keys to the Europeans doing so well on the World Cup circuit, that not only are they very good technical riders, but they train longer hours on the bike, and they're in better physical shape for the downhill races.
I love the way this guy rides. Earthquake Jake Watson about to put those size 16 shoes to the test in the starting gate.
The Diamondback rider is a very fast rider, a big guy, and usually gravity works to his advantage. But on this course, a leaner guy like Brian Lowe might have a better advantage to carry his weight through the course. He's a smooth rider, and he looks very strong today. He's putting his foot out in his turn, and that helps him to also keep his balance, but also to stay on the course in case he would wipe out at these high-speed turns.
And here comes Brian Loeb. He looks great. Brian Loeb's down at the bottom of the finish line, and he sets the fastest time so far of 9:56.92. Great job for Brian.
Sensational run for Brian Loeb.
Up to the top, you're taking a look now at Andrew Shanduro of Vancouver, British Columbia. Another great talent. Very strong, very skillful, pedaling hard down to the finish line. Shandro will be our new leader at 9:54.91. And that does so much for his confidence. He's been looking for a spot like that on top of the leaderboard. Now on course, taking a look at another one of the talented Australian riders who has been training on the NORBA circuit to get ready for the Grundy World Cup action coming up. And Miles Davis coming down with a very fast qualifying time. slightly off the pace now, and we see why he has a flat tire. And John Tomac in the gate sporting his Aero skin suit for the finals. Always tough. John Tomac turning it up.
He definitely should have enough energy and strength, and he's an experienced rider with a lot of technical skill as well as endurance skills. And see how he sprints out of this course. He looks very strong at this point, and he should be able to be way up in front today.
And Johnny T is flying now, leaving branches in the wake. This looks like a really good run. John Tomac. Tomac across. Yes! 9:50.87. That puts the giant rider in first place.
Next up, Paul Thomasberg. He had the second fastest time in the qualifying run, and he was a little bit of a surprise to some people. He's an all-timer. He's been around for many years. He has a lot of experience. He even won a medal at one of the former Downhill World Championships. And let's see if he has enough strength on this course to take home a surprise victory.
Thomasberg coming down to the finish now, and a nice time for Paul Thomasberg. 10:02. That puts him in fifth place. One rider left at the top with a chance to knock off the time of John Tomac off to the leaderboard. Bike running of Cairns, Australia. Beautiful place right next to the Great Barrier Reef. This guy is a showboat. He loves to strut his stuff. Let's watch Mike running. There it is. Showing off for the crowd. Here he comes. A great run. It's going to be close. 9:49. Mike running of Australia does it. He beats Tomac's time by, get this, 1.8 seconds.
And lots of lead changes in this race today. And let's see what he has to say, the new kid on the block, the guy from down under.
I think overall it was such a fitness course. You had to be on top of your pedaling the whole way and corner as fast as you could safely. Just be smooth the whole way down.
All right, GT's Mike running first, John Tomac second, Andrew Shanduro third, Lion Brian Lopes in fourth. Coming up next, we'll serve up the Reebok Dual Slalom. Stay with us.
Attention, thrill seekers. Please keep your arms to the bike side while riding great thunder.
This summer at Congo the Movie, you'll join an expedition that will test the height of technology and the depths of human courage. What you find will amaze you. You'll discover the legendary taste of Taco Bell. And while you're there, get 3 exciting Congo the Movie collector's watches. Just $149 each with any food purchase. But hurry, they're an endangered species.
The Reebok Dual Slalom, always a crowd favorite, and making his return to competition here at Mount Spokane is my broadcast partner from last season, Dave Cullinan.
Jimmy Kai, what's your true ESPN moment?
I don't understand the question.
What is it? That's where they go, I'm running down the field. I've got the 50. There's blondes waving their in the stands. I get to the 10, nothing but end zone.
I don't want to have any highlights.
Yeah, I had a filling they had to fill, and it messed up my heart. And they had to go in through my chest to get the back of my tooth. God.
Cully sat out last season with a heart problem, and this winter after elective surgery, he's feeling a lot better. The doctors gave him the okay to race. He says he's feeling great.
He's looking very stylish here on this course, and he definitely uses his BMX skills to his advantage. You always have to look 2 or 3 gates ahead in dual slalom.
Our winner tonight in the men's class is Yashahana Yirigahana. What's his name? Yashahiro
Yanakahara.
Hiro Yanakahara. That's a tongue twister, huh?
God, why couldn't Brian Lopes win? The Endurance Slalom is definitely a crowd pleaser. It's one of the newer events on the scene, and the spectators love it a lot. There's a lot of action. Each rider races each other once in each course, and the faster guy overall will eliminate to the finals. A lot of BMX riders crossed over to this new discipline of mountain biking, and they're ruling the sport by now. And now we are down for the final four. First the women. For third place, Mickey Douglas on the left, Mercedes Gonzalez, the ex-motocross rider, on the right. And this is only her second dual slalom event ever, and she made it to the semifinals. And oh, there she stacked it in a turn, and that doesn't look good for her at all. Yeah, it will be hard for her to make that time up, and Mickey Douglas takes third place home. The specialized rider will take third place, and Mercedes Gonzalez had a great debut in her second dual slalom race ever. Now the finals, 2 runs. The riders switching sides after the first run. Jerry Elliott, the defending champion, on the left. Lee Donovan, the mongoose rider, on the right. And this will be a very interesting race. Both have BMX backgrounds. Jerry is the only girl to ever win a BMX race against the male field, you know, and she's leading slightly before Lee at this point. She's looking very smooth and very strong. She's powering out of the gates and turns.
And it will be Sherry Elliott by a scant .456. Now it's Lee Donovan on the left as we go back to the top. Sherry Elliott on the right of the course. Sherry Elliott brings in the advantage now. She gets a good, quick start. Here they come. Watch Sherry just power out of those berms, trying to keep the speed going all the time. Sherry Elliott.
And Lee's leading here. She might be able to take it back. A half a second is not that much.
And now to the bottom of the course, and Sherry Elliott will be our Reebok Dual Slalom champion, getting a hug from runner-up Lee Donovan.
I look straight ahead, I take the turns, I try to take them smooth, and it takes me to the finish in front.
So it's Sherry Elliott first, Lee Donovan second, Mickey Douglas third, Mercedes Gonzalez in fourth. Moving on to the men now. The race for third place. Dave Cullinan on the left. Jimmy Kite on the right.
He is known to be a very smooth rider, Jimmy Kite. His competitor call him a water skier when he's on his bike. He looks that smooth. And he's looking very smooth today indeed. He's slightly ahead of Dave at this point. And can he take it all the way down to the finish line? Oh yes, it's enough time for Jimmy. He wins that round and takes third place.
Now into the final runs. The first run of the finals, Eric Carter on the left. Brian Lopes on the right. Should be a good matchup between these two veterans. They will give no quarter to each other as they come down here. Let's see who's going to be first coming over the berm now. Oh, it's close. It looks like Lopes may have just a slight advantage now. Carter trying to surge at the bottom of the course. 2 more gates to go. Carter across. It's going to be Carter that takes this one. But look at the margin. Unbelievable. Now we're going to go back up to the top. The riders switch sides. The final run of the evening. Eric Carter in the white jersey. Brian Lopes on the right. Remember, the advantage that time went to Eric Carter. Brian Lopes has got the pressure on right now. He needs a good run. Look at him surge there. Really hitting the gas, hitting the throttle. Very aggressive run for Brian Lopes. Brian Lopes across the finish line. Brian Lopes will be the winner tonight.
Me and Eric last year, first dual slalom of the year, we went head-to-head, and he came out on top this year, so it feels pretty good to beat him this year.
And the final results tonight, a great one. Brian Lopes first, Eric Carter second, Jimmy Kite third, and Dave Cullinan in fourth. It's been a terrific competition, and that'll do it from Mount Spokane, Washington. Until next time, from our broadcast partner, Hans Ray, I'm Peter Graves saying so long, everybody. Today's mountain bike competition has been brought to you by GT Bicycles, not your typical mountain bike, and by Jeep and Eagle, a division of the Chrysler Corporation.